when it comes to using a snap-on comb, also called a guard comb, I use it on a number 10 blade. In case it's sharp enough, it's gonna leave beautiful haircuts. In case you want to go number 30 under the snap-on comb, you can totally do that as well. So the way I put it on is there's a little tongue on the bottom. I meet that, it's magnetic, so you meet that little tongue with the bottom of the blade right in the middle, and it snaps on really fast. You see it's magnetic. So the way I go about the final positioning is I put a little pressure back in here and it will snap on perfectly well. Before every use, I like to make sure that it's snapped on correctly. So I move it away from the doggy and I try to switch it on and off quickly. And once the sound is there, the normal sound is there, I know it's snapped on perfectly well. No weird sounds, no falling off, nothing like that around the doggy, and they won't freak out, and we are ready to do the haircut. The positioning of the clipper when we have a snap-on comb on it is very similar to the holding technique what we use with the clipper blades. The only difference is we refer to the bottom of the snap-on comb and we keep that parallel with the skin. Not like this, not like this, but parallel, absolutely perfectly even with the skin surface. So it's gonna leave the exact same hair length on your doggy. When it's time to remove the snap-on comb, I go about it very similarly to when I remove the clipper blade. I put my thumb on the back, my index finger on the front, and I keep my other index finger on the back here, and I put a little pressure, move it a little bit forward. Let me show it to you again. So I keep it here to make sure it's not gonna slide off on the left side, and thumb on the back, index finger on the front, use a little pressure and pulling upwards, forward, backward, forward and upward, and then remove it, and perfectly fine. You can remove the snap-on comb together with the clipper blade, like that. It's gonna stay there and it's gonna be totally fine. It's very hard to remove the snap-on comb from the clipper blade when it's off of the clipper. So when you want to remove it, I put it back on and I remove it that way. That's gonna be the easiest. Snap-on combs, why do we use them? They are an amazing tool to save time because they work super fast, way faster than shears. They're gonna leave an amazingly even trim, again fast, and they have a wide variety of lengths. You can go super short like this one, or you can go longer like this one. It goes up to 2 inches. You're gonna need metal snap-on combs. Plastic ones won't work. It's cheaper to get one metal blade like the number 10 or number 30 and buy a kit of the snap-on combs and use a wider variety. Metal blades run around $20 each, up to 30 sometimes when it's longer, and a full kit can cost you something like from super short up until like 2 inches, something like $60-80 depending on the brand. They do not heat up, so you can use snap-on combs on the doggies forever. It's a pretty good relief for beginners that they don't have to check the temperature of the snap-on combs ever. The cons of the snap-on comb, they are really not for removing mats because they are super sensitive to mats, and when they encounter a mat, they will get stuck in there, sometimes even fall off. So you need an absolutely prepared coat, no tangles, no mats, brushed out, combed out, absolutely tangle and mat free coat to be able to use the snap-on combs without going crazy. You can use the metal combs and the guard combs with the hair grain, how the hair grows from the head area towards the back and tail, and then downwards on the legs and sides, or you can go against the hair growth. The numbers you see on the clipper blades refer to the length it will leave on the dog when you use it with the hair grain. In case you're going backwards on the doggy, like that, it will leave about half of the length, what it says, a little bit longer. I'm gonna include a conversion chart where you can see the length left on the doggy, whether you're using a metal comb or a snap-on comb on the doggy with the hair grain or against the hair grain, so you can compare. Most of the time I use the clippers and snap-on combs with the hair grain. It's very rare that I go against the hair grain. Regardless of the way you go, you need to keep one thing in mind: you have to do that direction all over the doggy, because otherwise it's gonna leave a very uneven look.